What is going on, guys? Jack here and welcome back to another Football Manager 2018 video, and today we're going to be talking about the best free agents. And well, we have a shortlist down in the description. Of course, there'll be a download link for this as well as instructions for if you want to get this shortlist into your own games. And yeah, this is the best free agents as of the beta database. Now, these free agents are all the best statistically in terms of their abilities. They may not necessarily be the best fit if you're a lower league side. One thing that I am weighing up upon the game's full release is doing a shortlist for the best free players for kind of lower leagues. If that is something you'd be interested in, let me know. But yeah, here we have a team, or rather not a team, a list of 70 of the best young players. And whilst there are older players, some of these players you will have almost certainly have heard of, the likes of Shay Given here. There are also a few kind of hidden gems in amongst them. You also have players who are young players who might have a little bit of potential and who, if you're looking to make a little bit of money, you certainly can do so with. So yeah, there's quite a variety, I guess, of players here. We've got players like Svahik here. I definitely butchered that pronunciation, but 36 years old. You know, if you're looking for a more veteran player, he might be your man. There's certainly some players here whose names I'm sure that you'll recognise. To name a few, we have this. I mean, I can't remember how to say this guy's name, and I don't want to butcher it. Tremoulinas, that's definitely not right, but former French international, pretty decent little wingback. We're playing as Watford here. Might be interested in joining you at the start. Players like Flamini also available. Emmanuel Aboué as well. A player worth having on your radar. Reyes, I'm sure yeah, some of you guys will know this guy. I've seen him go to Newcastle on a fair few saves that I've done. And yeah, you can realistically sign him as a Premier League club. And he probably does add some quality there. Also players like Diaby as well, of course. Slightly injury prone perhaps, but if you can, well, keep him fit, he could be a very good addition to your team as a free agent. But as I said, there's not just these older players here. You know, if we just sort by age, there are older players in this list. Some of these I'm sure you will have heard of. But there are also some younger players. The likes of Carlos de Pena. I think he used to play for Middlesbrough, if I'm not mistaken, the Uruguayan. Yeah, he did a little while ago now. He had a loan actually at Oviedo last year. But he's another player who you can approach to sign. Only wants £11,000 a week. He doesn't have a secondary nationality, so he might struggle to get a work permit, although he is already based in England. If we just, you know, go to the top of this list in terms of players by age, there are some younger players here as well. These younger players, not all of them are immediately great, but some of them have a little bit of potential to develop, and I'm pretty sure a fair few of them are possible to sign as a lower league side. So if you are looking for, you know, those cheaper options, those players for the lower leagues, there's probably some younger players in here who you might be able to get into your team, but also equally able to develop. You know, looking at some of these players, they're really not that bad for 18 and the 19-year-olds that you can get in for, well, for absolutely nothing. Yeah, if we just go through a few more here, I mean, I've got to be honest, I can't remember all of these off by heart, but you've got this guy here. Galino looks pretty solid if you're looking for that kind of advanced forward. He's Colombian. If we approach to sign him, only wants £1,000 a week. Unfortunately, he does have that issue of not having a secondary nationality, so might struggle with a work permit if you're in England. But if you're elsewhere, you know, some of these players certainly worth snapping up. Akpro, of course, another fairly well-known player, Ivorian international. What might be quite good now I think about it is to filter players by international caps, just so you can get a feel for, you know, how many internationals are on this list. And you can see there's a fair few, and they're all relatively young as well. Ndi here, pretty good Cameroonian centre mid, not too shabby at all. Doesn't want a whole lot of money. I was kind of hoping that we'd be able to see how much he wanted, but I can't imagine it's going to be that much. Cedric here of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Insane physicals on this guy, just raw pace. Only wants £8,000 a week. Some of these players I'm pretty certain you'd be able to pick up as a championship side and really develop. We've got this guy, Kosovian. Looks pretty interesting. Could be a good fullback. Those mentals are pretty nice to see on a ball-winning midfielder. In fact, as a ball-winning midfielder, he would be so good, and he's only 25, formerly of 1816 Munich, only wants £10,000. Of course, with this, I am playing as Watford, so the demands might be slightly different for you guys in your own saves. But yeah, looking at it here, there are some real players. Silvio here of Portugal, pretty good fullback, can play either position, which is really nice if you're looking for a bit of depth. Only wants to be a backup player. Again, I was hoping I'd be able to see how much he wanted wage-wise, but alas, it wasn't meant to be. Bakary Sagna, available as a free agent. I mean, a pretty good player. He's going to want a lot of money, but if you're looking for that little bit of experience, a really kind of good backup player who can play a variety of positions at the back, he might be your man. I did notice that Joey Barton is on this list, of course. He is suspended from football in real life. until, well, the end of the first season, at which point he will be 35. But the former Englandman, I don't know if he'll still be playing or if he'll retire in most saves before he picks up a club. But he looks pretty solid if you're looking for that real bit of experience in the midfield. As I said, I've seen Reyes go to a few Premier League clubs. There are certainly Premier League players in here. You know, obviously with them being free agents, they are going to have their downsides. Maybe they're a little bit older. Maybe they're injury prone. You know, generally speaking, if you're a free agent, something's gone wrong somewhere along your career, particularly if you're a free agent, you know, in August, as of the kind of Football Manager database. Or not even August, it's October. Where has this year gone? It's crazy. Anyway, a few more players we've got here. Tubinsky. Russian player, looks like a really good kind of deep line playmaker if that's what you're kind of looking for. I mean, going through this list, there's just some really solid players. Yusuf Malumbu, former Norwich man, former West Brom man, you know, easily a championship quality player. I can't imagine his wage demand's going to be too crazy. I'm going to continue forward once, just because I want to know what some of these players want wage-wise, you know, if they're quite reasonable with their offers. As I said, they're the best free agents. Whether or not they're going to be asking for reasonable amounts of money remains to be seen. But yeah, with this shortlist, I mean, Malumbu, £21,000. It's not that much really in the context of modern football. Certainly if you're a championship club, he'd be a really nice addition. But yeah, generally speaking, you know, this shortlist does have some really nice players on it that are definitely worth your time checking out. And there's also, as I said, some younger players here who we have already gone through. We've got this guy here, Nasser Aligi, Albanian, can play left back. Looks like a pretty solid left back, but also looks like he could play centre mid. Formerly playing in Germany. And yeah, well, throughout this list, there are some really good players to be found. As you can see, more than half of the players in this list do have international caps somewhere. And there are additionally these younger players, you know, the likes of Neto here. Not a bad player by any means, only 18, room to develop. You know, if you're a lower non-league side, I imagine he's the kind of player who's going to be worth trying to get in, as are a few other players on this list. But anyway, guys, I'm not going to ramble on too long for this. Of course, you can check out the shortlist yourself down in the description. If you are managing a lower league club, I'd be curious to know if any of these players were, you know, really good additions for your team. Maybe they've gone under my radar, certainly in terms of the players I've shown in this video. And yeah, that's going to be all from me. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Let me know if you'd like to see that lower league kind of bargains/free agents database, or shortlist rather, not database. And yeah, that's going to be all from me. It's me, Jack. I will see you guys in the next one. Of course, like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. And yeah, I will talk to you guys on the next one. I'm out.